Jarvis, drop my needle.
Hello, this is the hardcore legend Mick Foley, and if you are interested in listening to idiots, you came to the right place. Have a nice day.
Woo! That's an attention getter.
He's a very strange young man.
He's an idiot.
What we're dealing with here is a complete lack of respect for the law.
Oh my God, he's an idiot.
You know, of course, that you're out of your jurisdiction.
Personally, I think you're an idiot.
But that's the evidence in the car.
But I was going into Toshi Station to pick up some power converters.
Always like to keep my audience riveted.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, friends and fiends, and welcome to Free Range Idiocy, the podcast about everything, but mostly just the stuff we like. We're in a new year, which can only mean two things. First, the gym is going to be pretty crowded until the middle of about February, and then the bakery is going to be really crowded. Second, it's time to get rolling on the road to WrestleMania. Of course, don't say that out loud because you'll probably have to pay a quarter to TKO, but we're pretty sure you can still think it inside your head. For now. This coming Saturday, WWE will be giving us the first hint at how the main events are going to shape up. So we're going to run it all down in this episode 233, our over-the-top Royal Rumble preview. Good God, I didn't mean to be a tongue twister. I am your Uncle Todd, and with me, as always, the man who holds the record for the most almost eliminations in his backyard Rumble matches. He has been my partner in EDC for over 2 decades and is still waiting for his main event push. I give you the man they called him.
Greetings and salutations, my friend. They said it would be soon.
Yeah, you and LA Knight both. Just keep waiting. Just keep.
Yeah. Or, yeah. It's almost like Peter Brady when he did, it's time to change. When he was, yeah, there it is.
It's my new favorite button.
It is so good.
So good. My God.
I'd love to go back in time especially when you, when we first did these episodes and you would, and you had a little more time on your hands too, and not so busy. We're overlaying like sound bites into our episodes. You came up with some good ones, my friend.
Oh, I didn't have more time. I slept a lot less, and then I realized that I kind of needed that, or I was going to have a psychotic.
Well, I mean,
break.
I think we were still in the middle of COVID. You were home. You know, it just felt like felt like you had more time to dedicate to that, and then when things opened back up, it seemed like there was less and less time for that. So,
well, I know that you appreciated it when I ignored my family for the sake of the show, but I decided to not do that anymore.
I have, I pushed for that above all things.
Yes.
The mantra here has always been the show above all else. So.
I do appreciate your commitment to that gimmick. Certainly.
Now, excuse me, I hear my wife calling.
Yeah, exactly. Because this man knows which side of his bread is buttered.
That's right.
And he knows if he doesn't respond, his ass is going to be fricasseed in barbecue sauce.
Exactly.
Real quick.
Oh, my God. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing pretty good for a Free Range Idiocy Friday. Yourself?
I'm good. Surviving, the frozen elements. We are... if we didn't know it was winter, Mother Nature is giving us a harsh reminder around here. So, my God, it's
like
just
Winnipeg here in Maine.
Go outside and you try to take a breath and you're like, oh my, I'm choking on the cold going into my lungs. It's like,
that was a mistake. It's not often that you do that. Go outside and take a breath and think that was an error.
Right.
That was a bad idea.
Oh my gosh.
Wish I had gills. I could just...
You know what I was trying to remember back to when I was out there feeling like, the cold air stinging my skin, whatever exposed skin I did have, was, and I shared this on the show, but last summer I did a bike ride. I did a 25-mile bike ride in, I think
you
it was
almost heat stroked yourself.
Greater than 95-degree weather. Like I went back to that, like I'm trying to remember how I felt when I did that, and like, somehow warm myself up from that memory, and it just didn't quite work. It didn't quite work.
Trying to end himself through extreme temperatures, one direction or the other. You're just committed to winning a Darwin Award somehow. I don't quite understand it, but I admire your persistency, sir.
The great experiment, if you will. The great experiment, baby.
It's like, I'm trying to avoid liver problems by just offing myself in the freezer. Yeah, sure.
Fair enough.
Frostbite. Oh my!
Well,
gosh.
sir, we're at that time of
We are.
the wrestling calendar when we, if I may do my best Triple H impersonation, start the road to WrestleMania. I guess that was more of a Vince McMahon sort of thing.
Yes, yeah, it was definitely more McMahon. Yeah,
road to WrestleMania.
yeah.
But it does start with the Royal Rumble. It does start with the Royal Rumble.
It does. So a championship shot is on the line for the winner of the men's and women's Royal Rumble.
And then we have a championship match, and I think for the first time in God knows how long, because I don't know if they've ever done this at the Royal Rumble, we have a potential retirement match.
It's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff. It's like Bull Durham. We got a lot of shit going on.
We do. There's a lot. Well, and we here at Free Range Idiocy, we are not above retooling, readjusting, trying to calibrate, meditate, percolate, and celebrate.
There's a couple that I came up with, and I'm like, nope, can't say that. Can't say that. Probably shouldn't say that.
What restraint you are showing, sir. What restraint you are showing. But we've decided to in our wrestling previews and reviews that we do, we typically pick winners, we set star ratings, and our scoring, and we do side bets, and Uncle Todd and I have come to the conclusion that the side bets have become a bit of a Cold War sort of thing. It's really just about
it's mutually assured destruction. You pick that, I'm going to pick it too. Ah!
Which left it very much, kind of a non-entertaining sort of segment of what we were doing, because we all just picked the same stuff and it just netted out to zero usually.
It's mostly just a way to threaten each other subtly.
So we are going to
that's why we're going to be in couples counseling by 2027.
Indeed. And last year we did a leaderboard across the Real and Jabronis we did and the wrestling events we did. I ended up coming out on top. Let's see, what was the final count?
Here we go.
153. Somehow I got a half a point somewhere along the way. When we did Elimination Chamber, I somehow got half a point. I don't know how that happened.
For someone who is so humble in their normal everyday life, man, you love to honk your horn like freaking John Coltrane when it comes to this stuff. I don't get it with this podcast. All of a sudden, you're blowing a solo like giant steps.
It's always the quiet ones. 153.5 to 142. It was a bit of a whooping put on Uncle Todd, but that's okay. We're resetting for 2026.
It's less than 10%.
Well, it's greater than 10 points. So we actually in our Week in Geek episode, Week in Geek Wednesday episode, we calculated our scores based on our picks for Saturday's main event. Where I actually need to deduct 2 points now that I think about it. I'm going to do this. I'm going to deduct 2 points because we did say that side bets, if we got them wrong, right, would cost you a point. That's one of the changes we're making.
True, yes.
So I had 2 side bets that did not happen, but I had 2 side bets that did, so it ends up being 0. So I'm going to subtract 2. So this is actually closer. 7-6. I'm ahead by 1 point.
Oh, man, don't do that the other direction, because then we'll have a bunch of kids screaming.
What?
I still don't know what the hell that's all about.
I forgot about that, son of a gun.
Does anybody understand what that is? And the thing is, I think I asked Kaylin, and she really wasn't even that sure. And I'm like, all right, so I get it. Like, I'm old and out of touch, but you're somewhat young. You don't even know. What is this?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
So the way we're going to do scoring moving forward, and actually we had to kind of, or we wanted to change it up a little bit because this event is unique in that the Royal Rumble is kind of a hard match to do star ratings on because it's just, it's an hour long. There's just a lot of different
cluster frack.
Yeah. It's a cluster. Some of it's, all built around superstars returning. Of course, the outcome of it all is someone is, the winner is granted that title shot. And so what we decided to do was change it up a little bit. So there are 2 matches, regular matches, one-on-one matches. And so for that, we're going to do, as we have done, 2 points for a correct winner. So if one of us gets the winner and the other one does not, 2 points to the person who gets it correct. You get 1 point if we each get the winner correctly. Then it's 1 point for each of us.
Mm-hmm.
1 point for the closest predicted star rating. Only one person gets awarded that, so that'll continue. What we're changing up is the side bet. So what we're going to do is side bets actually have a consequence. So if you are going to put a side bet down that has a snowball's chance in hell of actually happening, you better rethink that, because you're going to cost yourself a point if it doesn't happen. And now Uncle Todd will no longer just copycat my picks like he had been doing.
like you never did that.
Never in a million years. But what we're doing different for the Royal Rumble, for the men's and women's matches, is we're going to do essentially a confidence ranking. We're going to do 5 potential winners.
Confidence rank. That sounds official. Like, that's good. I like that.
Absolutely. 5 potential winners ranked from most confident. So your most confident pick, you're going to put in the +5 slot, which means you will get 5 points if that person does in fact win the match.
Mm-hmm.
You're most confident. Then you go from there down, +4, +3, +2, +1. So you have 5 potential winners. Of course, only one. Well, if you got it right on one of them, you will get some points, but you got to figure out who that is. So each of us will do that for the men's and women's matches. And then, because the Royal Rumble is also a place for former superstars, or maybe recovering injury superstars who haven't been on TV in a while, if you will, we're going to have basically 5 surprise entrants. But what's cool about this is that you can actually have multiple correct answers, because there could be more than one person coming back at the Royal Rumble. And so, again, it's going to be a confidence pick, confidence ranking from 5 down to 1, +5, +4, +3, +2, +1. However, if you get more than one correct, those points accumulate. So if your +5 pick and your +1 pick do appear as a surprise entrant, you will actually have +9 points. So it's a little way to kind of mix it up, make it a little more exciting. Any concern, sir, with this setup?
No, I'm just concerned because I did not do any research for this, so I was just jotting down some.
I'll help you out a little
notes.
bit. I've been reading some stuff. I'll kind of clue you into some things.
Right.
Lastly, I did put a little thing in here, and I don't know if I like how I worded this, but I just wanted to be clear that when we talk about a surprise entrance, it's someone who hasn't been like actively on TV or on the main roster in probably a month or so. So,
I have a feeling that time period is going to work to your advantage, sir.
We will see.
Yeah.
We will see. Oh, God. All right. Any concerns going into this on the scoring part of it?
No. It sounds like a good idea.
So let's get to the card, ladies and gentlemen. 39th annual Royal Rumble this Saturday, January 31st, 2026, live from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
Riyadh. God's sake. I feel like I shouldn't have to do this. Like, you speak English as a first and only language. I feel like I shouldn't have to correct you this often.
I just love seeing your reaction to when I say these. It's just like, good. It's going to start at 2 p.m. Eastern. So because they are in Saudi Arabia, obviously time zone differences will be there. And so the event will start at 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central. This is the first Royal Rumble in Riyadh. So that'll be a new thing for them to have that event out of the country. But yeah,
didn't they do the greatest Royal Rumble or something? But they didn't do it in Riyadh.
It's like the greatest. It was. I find that
like 60 people. Like, they were scraping the bottom of the barrel, I imagine. Isn't that one Shelton Benjamin almost did a header into like the stanchion that's underneath the ring?
No, it wasn't Shelton Benjamin. It was Titus O'Neil.
Oh, okay. Yes.
He came barreling down and he lost his footing right at the bottom of the ramp. And I mean, it was really a hair's breadth from him, like really injuring himself badly. Like
he slid like halfway under the ring.
Yeah, he slid under the ring, but if he had tripped like a little bit beyond the point that he did, his head would have cracked into the ring. I mean, it would have not been good.
Well,
we would not be laughing about it.
Like if you think of the ring like this, you got the corners here. There's a support right in the middle, and he slid just to the side of that.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. You're right. There was that aspect of it as well. You're absolutely right. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's like it's not a steel post like the corners, but it's enough steel that you're going to crack your head open.
So thankfully, it's something we can watch and laugh a little bit about, because it is kind of funny to it looks like a shtick sort of thing where he falls and slides right under, but yeah, that could have had a very not so great turn to it. So, all right. So the 4 matches we have are AJ Styles puts his career on the line. If he loses, he has to retire against Gunther. The Ring General. Also, apparently, now taking over for Randy Orton in the Legend Killer moniker. We have that match. We have for the undisputed WWE Championship, Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn. Then we have the Women's Royal Rumble match, and then we have the Men's Royal Rumble match. All right. So, anything we need to discuss before getting into it?
Just in terms of card order, traditionally it's been Women's Rumble match first, Men's Rumble match later, and then you have any other matches as kind of the sandwich, sort of method. Is this the first time that maybe the Men's Rumble match is not at the end and that we get like the Undisputed Championship as the main event, or do you think it's still going to be the Men's Rumble match is the main event?
That's a really good question. Normally I would say it's the Men's Rumble match, but because it's Sammy and Sammy has that tie to that region, I could see them doing that, but I have not heard anything about the event order at all. So I don't know. If I had to guess, it was the former of what you mentioned, that it would be the women's match, the 2 matches in the middle, and then the men's match.
Yeah, traditional.
And doing that with it ending on the winner of the men's match, who will now move on to WrestleMania to challenge a champion of their choosing. I think it'll be that. Quick update. 454 in the 4th. Seahawks up 31-27. Of course, as we talked about on Wednesday's Week in Geek, we are all in on the Patriots. In Vrabel we trust.
I've got it at 403.
I don't know. I hit refresh on ESPN and it put me at 454 for some reason.
Oh, now it's okay. So it was just saying 403 and now it's 421. Google is messed up.
You're watching perspectives.
Maybe there is alcohol in this. I don't know.
Hey.
All right.
Yes. So the order I have these in is not necessarily how it will play out in the event. We'll adjudicate that later on once we know what the order is. But the first match I have in our show outline is the AJ Styles Gunther match.
Yes.
Where AJ fought Gunther on Raw, had him tapping out, but was tapping out at an angle the referee didn't see. And Gunther ends up winning that match. And now we have AJ putting the only way he can get Gunther in, because Gunther is apparently still going to participate in the Rumble. He has said, like, part of this whole thing of Styles calling him out is, why am I going to wrestle twice in one night? I'm doing the Rumble, no way. And then he's like, okay, I'll do it, but you got to put your career on the line if I'm going to do that. And it was a great back and forth. They had great. I did at least get to see that much of the show from last week. And as we talked about on Wednesday's Week in Geek, the Saturday Night's main event had Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura facing off. They, of course, longtime rivals, competitors in New Japan Pro Wrestling, who had some just amazing matches in their prime. They had a wonderful match last Saturday. And all indicators, I sent a article to Uncle Todd from Cage Side Seats that kind of indicated Shinsuke Nakamura posted I think something on Instagram or something was mentioned that it's looking more and more likely that Styles, he came into WWE January of 2016 at the Royal Rumble. This event would mark the 10-year anniversary of his time in the company. But he said, he's like, my mind says go, but my body is saying, what the hell are you thinking? Which I love how he puts that. He's like, my body is so sore. And I'm just like, my body just is not. And for him, like, he doesn't want to get to a place where he starts embarrassing himself, as he puts it, which quite honestly, like you stated very eloquently on Wednesday, even an embarrassing AJ Styles is light years better than you and I getting in the ring or some other, talent who have been around.
Or like 50% of the other people in the industry in terms of just pure wrestling talent.
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah. So it's looking more and more like this is going to be the case. And something I started touching on too was, like I've read some things that, in the wrestling community about how abrupt this is. And, we thought we'd get more AJ this year and that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But after Cena's, retirement tour, it's like trying to do that is just going to appear like second class, or it's going to appear like a retread, like, and I don't think Styles was angling for like a retirement tour or anything like that, but it's one of those things that was something that was unique, and worked for John Cena and his who he was in WWE and him being the GOAT and all that stuff. Styles is just going to go out in his own way, and quite honestly, I almost wonder if this opens up the door for him to then, because they've only announced Stephanie McMahon for the Hall of Fame. I wonder if they would then induct AJ Styles into the Hall of Fame in March then, if he does in fact retire.
Yeah.
As a way to kind of honor him because of the fact that he was so damn good in the 10 years he was with the company. I mean, it was just, he had an amazing career in WWE at a time when no one thought he would ever go to WWE. And so, those are some thoughts I have, but how about you, sir?
I mean, I'd seen a couple of, posts or whatever here and there about the fact that AJ's contract was coming due in February, and that because I had figured, well, he'll be around for a year or maybe finish up at Mania or something like that. And I was like, oh, okay, well, maybe. But then again, I mean, how difficult is it to work out an agreement for a couple months? Like the contract doesn't have to be for a year. It can be for however long you want to make it. So I guess in my head, I was like, nothing is, set in stone, especially in today's day and age where WWE likes to kind of try and create this other kind of kayfabe of, outsmarting people who now kind of know all the stuff.
Yeah.
After Saturday night, watching that match with Shinsuke and AJ Styles, I am 100% convinced that AJ Styles is going to lose to Gunther and he is going to retire from WWE. That was a farewell match before the farewell match. And well deserved for him, and a great way to be able to then go out, and what a friggin' last year or so he's had in the company, like working with Dominic Mysterio and kind of getting to play up some comedic elements there, getting to do the stuff with having that match with Cena, which was, one of the best matches of last year, if not the match, sentimentally. And then have a match with a guy that he has that much history with, and then to, do the honors for the next guy coming up. Like, it seems like a very poetic way to end a career.
Yeah. Well, and that's the other angle to this that kind of boxes you into Styles having to lose is, if Gunther loses, it completely screws up the momentum that he has going right now, having retired Cena.
Yeah.
And it feels like that's just kind of a weird investment to make, to have Gunther get the victory over Cena, to only 2 months later then lose a match like that to Styles, where it's like, okay, so then we don't really have to fear this guy, or like he's getting Gunther's getting a great reaction everywhere he goes. He's just reviled by so many because he walks, and he's kind of hamming it up a little bit. I think some of this laughing, blah blah blah. John Cena's a little B or whatever, or tapped out like a little B or whatever. I just, I feel like you've got to keep that momentum going, and you knowing, or at least, again, I don't know, but just from what I see the creative team doing with stuff like this, I feel like when they make investments like this, they're investing long term. They're not making short-sighted investments. And so I feel like for Gunther, because there's already rumors that Lesnar, for example, may end up doing his retirement match this August at SummerSlam because it's in Minneapolis, which is where he had grown up. And that Gunther potentially could be the one to face him. There's rumors that Gunther will face Lesnar for the first time at WrestleMania, potentially. Again, rumors. Don't know what's real, what's not. And so I think and I could see a world too where you have Gunther have, continue this momentum. Like let's go with the idea that he fights Lesnar at WrestleMania, and let's say Lesnar beats him, killing that momentum. Now you have Gunther wanting to prove something, and that I am the legend killer. I want another crack at you, and I want your career on the line when I do it. And then he ends up beating Lesnar at SummerSlam. Like, that to me is a long-term plan that makes sense. Styles beating Gunther, like, there's no juice after that really, other than Styles trying to defend Cena's honor or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, the story doesn't have the juice to it in my estimation. So I kind of feel like this is just the way it's got to go, but everything's kind of lining up. 10-year anniversary, like you said, had this great farewell match with Nakamura, had a year where he had some amazing matches. The guy, probably wants for nothing when it comes to his career and what he's achieved. So, it's going to suck. I love AJ Styles. I love the character. I love the wrestler. The guy is amazing, but he's also close to my age, and I know what I deal with, and I'm not someone who's on the road as much as he is and not at the gym as much as he is and hitting my back on a hard surface, to do my job. So probably it's time for him to hang it up.
Yeah, so it sounds like we're kind of both in agreement here that Gunther is going over.
Oh, absolutely. Sure. Yeah. So I'll get that entered in. So we're both going to say Gunther is going to win this one. What do you got for a star rating on this, sir?
I think this is a show stealer. I think this could be this. I'm going to go with 4 stars starting point.
Let me just check my notes, but I think I'm going to go. Yes, I'm going to go with 4.5.
Wow. Okay.
But I agree in principle with what you're saying. I think this is going to be the match of the night. I think he and Gunther are going to put on.
Actually, you know what? Go 4.25 for me.
He's got to inch a little bit closer, doesn't he?
Well, you kind of, if you're going 4.5, I feel like I'm underselling. So I'm gonna bump it a little. I don't know about 4.5, but we'll see. I'll give myself a little wiggle room.
If this is the last one, I can see Styles going balls out on this one because leave nothing.
Now,
leave it all on the mat.
I do want to ask you one question.
Yes.
Do you think that maybe he said this is his last year in professional wrestling? Is there a world in which AJ takes a couple months off and comes back in TNA for like a little bit of a run? I think it's much more of a fan thing that it would be nice and poetic for him to go back to a place that he really was a defining member of and all that. And to leave his boots there in the ring and that's kind of full circle sort of thing, but probably not. But do you think he would?
Do I think he would come back?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I'd like to think he would like when you say retirement, like it's not from WWE, it's from professional wrestling. And I just don't see him coming back because again, some of the things I've read is just he personally is just like, I recognize I am going to start declining and maybe significantly because of my age. From the style that I've created and that fans expect of me, and I don't want to embarrass myself. And so, he's. I think this is for good.
Yeah,
I think this is for good.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I don't think I have any. I don't have any side bets on this. No.
The only one I would say is that maybe Gunther tries that same trick. And tries shenanigans to fake out AJ again.
So Gunther taps out, but the ref doesn't see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Okay. If you want to sacrifice the points, that's all right.
Well, it just seemed like the way that they played that up in the Nakamura match makes me wonder if that's not going to be a callback and that AJ kind of has to really ratchet down, and it forces Gunther to kind of confront that Achilles heel that he has, even though he has been finishing people off with a submission hold, but he himself is vulnerable to submitting.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder if that kind of becomes the thing that he overcomes in that match, or at least manages to not be as much of an Achilles heel, like show that he can actually tough it out.
Okay,
You know
but
what I
the
mean?
bet you've just made is that Gunther will tap out, just the ref doesn't see it.
Well,
and what I hear you saying is that he overcomes it, which tells me he's not going to tap out. So I read that to you again to make sure you're certain on this.
What I think is, here's what I think, and you tell me how you want to phrase this.
Yeah.
I think Gunther is going to try and tap out like he did before.
Okay.
The ref isn't going to see it, but AJ isn't going to go for it. He's going to keep it. He's going to keep it locked in and not make that mistake again.
Okay.
And release the hold. He's going to keep going, and therefore Gunther has to. He's either really going to have to tap out, or he's going to have to break the hold or do something.
Okay, but you got to be so. If that happens, is Gunther breaking the hold, or I mean, we're kind of getting to a place where he's got to break the hold because otherwise he loses, right?
Yeah. So AJ is not going to buy the fake tap. And Gunther is going to have to find his way out of it because Gunther's obvious. I've got Gunther winning, so he's going to have to find his way out of the hold. However you want to phrase that.
Okay, so Gunther taps out, but ref doesn't see it. AJ doesn't buy the fake tap, and Gunther breaks out of it.
Yes. Let's go with that. Sure.
Got it. Okay. Boy, I think I need a drink after that one. All right. Anything
great.
else? Anything else on the Styles Gunther match?
No. Looking forward to it.
All right. The next one I have is for the undisputed WWE Championship, which, by the way, Uncle Todd aptly stated in his video picks for Science Main Event, if it's an undisputed championship, what's all the fighting about?
I still don't understand that.
What's the dispute?
I don't understand why we're all fighting. Like, can't we all just get along?
All right. What sir, is your kind of thinking going into this match? So Sammy has never beaten Drew. He's lost 12 times to him, 11 or 12 times. Drew is, and again, our hope, and I'll have to share this later on because I don't know if our hope is going to be realized. Our hope is this starts a journey for Sammy to get a WrestleMania match, potentially winning maybe Elimination Chamber in Chicago. Who knows? Or the Royal Rumble. Who knows? But that also means he's got to enter himself into the Royal Rumble. But based on some rumors I'm reading about where they could go directionally, this may be Sammy's shot, and he, of course, may not win because it is the Royal Rumble, and they are looking to have Drew have a title reign up until at least WrestleMania. So, what are your thoughts, sir, on this match? And yeah.
I mean, we know that when it comes to WWE, TKO, although even before TKO, WWE love them some Saudi money. It got Shawn Michaels out of retirement. That being said, it is very tempting to me to talk myself into the fact that Drew was a transitional champion to get the belt in a position where they could have Sammy win it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because of the nature of where it is, who Sammy is, you know, all the things aligning, and that this would be a huge thing, and that, you know, the Saudis would be like, we will give you an extra special bonus if you can do this for us, or even if WWE knows like this will put us in good here, or maybe it's part of the arrangement for them to get Mania, because we do have a Mania coming up in Saudi in the next, not this year obviously, but what is it, next year or the year after, something like that?
Something like that. I'd have to look. Yeah.
So I don't know. It's taking me back to Sami Zayn's conspiracy theory period. So I feel like I could talk myself into that. I don't know. It feels to me like the situation is almost right for it. Like it's the right place. You've had 12 times. Like if you add another loss to Drew in there, does it heighten your desire to see a rematch, or does it just be like he's never beaten this guy? You know, especially where you bring up that streak. I really want to say Sammy here,
okay,
because I could see then Drew having to win Elimination Chamber to get that rematch.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But especially where they've got like Jacob Fatu tying up Cody, it seems like Braun is destined to be the winner, you know, the person for CM Punk to eventually drop the belt to. It really feels like they have cleared space on that side of the roster to do something very different with. None of the other players are kind of in place.
Mm-hmm.
Unless, do we get Sammy winning the championship? We clear Drew out of the way, and, you know, do we get a Roman Reigns popping back in? Dear God, I hope not. And we gin that back up. I don't even want to think about that. So, you know what? I'm going to go with Sami Zayn.
Wow.
I
okay.
am. I've talked myself into it.
All right.
Yeah. I'll probably regret the hell out of it, but why
yeah.
not?
Yeah, I want this. I really do. What the hell am I doing?
I don't know.
You sound so unsure about this right now. Like,
I am.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh. Let's get Kevin. I think this is definitely a Kevin Flynn. Yeah, this is not an LA Knight. Yeah,
it's great. Everything is great.
Yeah.
Boy, does that ever fit what you just sounded like? Oh my God.
So for a star rating, I mean, it's going to be. It's going to be the normal Sami Zayn match. He's going to get his ass kicked for a long time and then make a comeback. That's what he does. Let's go with a 3. Let's go with a 3 3/4. No, let's go with a 3.5. 3.5 rating for this.
Okay.
It's kind of my default, I feel.
I'm actually going to go 3.75 on this one.
And who do you got winning?
Drew. I have Drew winning. He's going to heal it up and take down Sammy out in Saudi Arabia. All right. Women's Royal Rumble match.
Oh, God.
Now, the entire 30-person field, of course, and they've never done this. They don't announce all 30 because they have.
Actually, can we take a brief break here just so I can go have a whiz and gather myself, because I'm so unprepared for these two matches. I feel like I need to empty my bladder. I need to compose my thoughts.
Oh boy.
I need to meditate.
Gotta get your chakras all in order.
I will. I'm gonna get my feng shui in proper standing. So yeah, give me a minute.
2,000 years later.
Okay, sir. So thank you for your very, very kind dispensation for me to take a break here. Got some trail mix.
Oh, so you did get the trail mix to sit there and eat while you find your green M&Ms and feel good about life.
I might as well, because I'm gonna get my tail kicked on this one. So women's Rumble match.
Yes, sir.
Do we? Let's just kind of go back and forth. You can do these in however order you want, because I might have to rearrange mine because I'm flying by the seat of my pants here.
Mm-hmm.
But who do you got?
So you want me to start with surprises or winners?
Your choice.
All right, I'm going to start with surprises. So I'm going to start with my least confident pick in terms of surprises.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're going to see an appearance. Oops, hold on. From Sol Ruca, baby. Remember she was on Science Main Event when Cena retired?
Yeah, but she's been kind of active on the main. Is she on the main roster? Or is she still NXT?
She's not. She's in NXT still.
Oh,
sorry. I guess, okay, so that's the other part of surprise entrance is NXT superstars, even though they're on a show, they're kind of considered a surprise because they're not technically on the main roster. So,
yeah.
So I went with Sol Ruca as one of the surprises, but I'm not very confident in that one, so I have her in the +1 slot. So,
well, I'm very confident. I definitely think she's going to.
All right, so where do you want to put her?
Let's put her at 3.
All right. Uncle Todd put Sol Ruca at 3. My number 2 is going to be Blake Monroe, the former North American champion, who I have heard is getting called up to the main roster. So there is a little bit of a inside game on that one. But
is she the lady from AEW?
AEW, yeah. She had that amazing feud with Toni Storm. I think her name there was Mariah May or something like that. But she had a great set of matches with Toni Storm. So I'm going to go with Blake Monroe. I put her at +2, just because the other three that I have, I feel a little bit more confident about. But how about you? What's another surprise for you, sir?
Well, let's go with
Are you just going to crib off of mine?
no, and yes. Let's go with Blake. Actually, you know what? Give me Blake Monroe at number 3 and put Sol Ruca at 5.
Wow. Okay. So Sol Ruca at 5 and Blake at 3.
You got it.
All right. All right. Let's see. Next one.
If you want me to do one here, that way it doesn't feel like you're constantly like leading.
Oh yeah,
on.
sure. Do you have one you want to do?
Give me Saraya / Paige.
Oh,
at 2.
I'm just going to call her Paige because that's what she was called in WWE. That's probably going to be her name if she comes back. All right, we got Paige. So my +3 is going to be Tiffany Stratton because she has been off TV with an injury for quite some time. So I got her coming back at +3. How about you, sir? What would be you have your +1 and your +4 slot are still open. So what would you like?
Can you have a surprise also be a possible winner?
Oh, sure, yeah. I mean, I'm just doing surprises because these are ones of like you can have multiple right in this one versus the winner, which is like we're doing 5, but only one of those 5 are going to win. So, who would you say is your +4 for surprises?
Give me Tiffany Stratton.
At what, +4?
Yeah. And then I'll have you fill in my my +1, and I'll round it out just to make sure that you don't steal this one. I'm going to go with Trish Stratus.
Okay. I would steal from you. My list is set to go.
Well, no, I meant
that
I was stealing from you. From stealing from you.
Okay. All right. So my number 4 is going to be AJ Lee. We have not seen her in a while, and things have been quiet on the AJ Lee front. And then my +5, number 5 with a bullet, as CM Punk would say, is the return of Bianca Belair. So my surprises go from +5 to +1. Bianca Belair, my most confident. AJ Lee, Tiffany Stratton, Blake Monroe, Sol Ruca. On the other side, Uncle Todd kind of went the reverse. He has Sol Ruca as his most confident at +5. Then +4 is Tiffany Stratton. +3 is Blake Monroe. +2 is Paige. +1 is Trish Stratus. All right, now we get to winners. So you've gone first the last couple times. I'll start with mine. My least confident winner. My +1 here is Chelsea Green. That's right. I'm kind of going with Chelsea on this one just to see if they're going to pull the trigger, although after watching Unreal, their confidence does not run high for her, apparently. So I'm just putting her in there just for the hell of it. Why not? +1 for Chelsea. How about you, sir?
You know, I didn't have her on my radar, but you know what? Put me down for Chelsea Green at +1, just in solidarity that if she is not under consideration, she damn well ought to be.
She should. Damn them for not giving her a little bit more faith, given what she's worked with. All right, my number 2, my +2. So next least confident pick, I went with Charlotte Flair. What about you, sir?
Let's see here. I'll try and go in order here. For number 2, let's go with Sol Ruca.
Oh, going with the NXT.
Honestly, like, she should be on the main roster. She's phenomenal. I don't really understand why she isn't, other than the fact that there's not a ton of TV time. I don't think that'll be the call, but I mean, you never know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so let's go with Sol.
All right. All right. How about you? I've gone first last 2 rounds. What do you got for your +3?
Give me Liv Morgan.
Okay.
You kind of sold me on the whole thing with her being in a feud with what's her face?
Oh, Vicaire?
Yeah.
Yeah. My +3 is going to be Rhea Ripley.
They seem pretty happy for her to be in the tag division right now, and I kind of agree. Like, it's
but she's like this is like least confident to most, so I'm kind of like I don't put her below Charlotte. If anything, I put her above because I'd rather see Rhea win than Charlotte, to be perfectly blunt. But
well, I just don't think that they don't have enough. They've just rehabbed Charlotte Flair enough that people aren't hating on her. I think if they leapfrogged her into the championship picture, we go right back to where we started.
Mm-hmm.
So where am I at? I'm at a +4. Give me Jordan Grace.
Ooh, good one. Jordan Grace. My +4 is going to be Bianca Belair because there's always that matchup with Jade Cargill, which would be definitely would be something of a marquee match there between the two of them, given their history. And then I'll just go with my +5 since you've gone first last 2 times. I got Liv Morgan at the top. I've been hearing some rumblings that they may be angling up at WrestleMania for a Vicaire Morgan match for the women's women's world championship. So my most confident pick. I think the winds are blowing in Liv's direction. So shall we say, if you will.
Give me Tiffany Stratton.
Oh, well, yeah, it could be an argument for Tiffy time as well.
Because we have Elimination Chamber too.
Exactly, yes, we do. All right, so our winners from most confident to least. Uncle Todd has most confident pick Tiffany Stratton, then Jordan Grace, Liv Morgan, Sol Ruca, and in solidarity with me, Chelsea Green. My most confident pick is Liv Morgan, then Bianca Belair, then Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair, and then Chelsea Green.
Actually, I have not taken my hand off the chess piece. Take out Sol Ruca and give me Bianca at +2.
Oh.
I don't know that that's going to be the thing, but okay. I want a piece of the action if it is. I'm like, what's the guy in the Booker in Blues Brothers? I don't think you're going to gross $1, but if you do, I want a piece of the action.
That's right. The only side bet I'm going to put in
Maury
here.
Slime. Maury Slime, that was his name.
Slime, yes.
Slime, yeah. Oh, Slime, yes.
Yep. All right, so I got 2 side bets I'm putting in here for the women's Rumble match. First one is AJ Lee eliminates Becky Lynch, driving her further crazy toward what is the long-rumored Intercontinental Championship match at WrestleMania between the 2 ladies. And then my other bet is we're going to have, because of the Rumble, we're going to have Rhea and Io have some tension. I think we're going to start. We've had the run of Ryo for a little bit here. I'm just thinking there could be a little bit of a breakdown at the Royal Rumble where maybe Io eliminates Rhea or vice versa, and it causes a little bit of the start of some dissension between the two. Maybe it's working up to a WrestleMania rematch between the two of them. Who knows? All right. Any side bets for you, sir, on the women's match?
I'm very tempted just to say that Nia Jax will look as if she damn near close injured somebody, but
I'm surprised Nia didn't end up on your winners. I'm shocked by that result, actually.
Even if they said for certain that she was going to win it, I would still not include her just to try and reverse jinx it.
Yes. Yep. Understood.
Yeah, I can't really think of any good side bets for this one.
You know what I just realized? We're not going to have any CM Punk at the Royal Rumble. Because he's not defending the championship, and there's no sense for him to be in the Rumble. So,
you don't think that he's going to make the flight anyways, just to do some publicity?
Yeah, probably. Just not part of the event. So, actually, you know what would be great is if they brought him in on commentary and then Breaker and him get into it. Actually, I'm going to put that as a side bit. CM Punk is on commentary for the Men's Rumble. Book it. Book it.
What about if he just like AJ Lee comes out and he like is there just as eye candy?
Could be. Is that your side bet? CM Punk comes out as AJ Lee's side piece?
That seems like it's something they would do at a house show, but
yeah,
not at a pay-per-view.
Yeah. All right, and now we're into the final match. There's only 4 matches on this card, and we're at the Men's Royal Rumble, so we will start again with the surprises. Start at the least confident, work up to the most confident. Do you want me to go first?
Please.
All right. I don't know if you are familiar with this individual, but there recently there was a star from AEW whose contract ran out. And he has apparently signed with WWE, according to Cage Side Seats. The man who may formerly be known as Powerhouse Hobbs is coming to WWE. Will have a different name. I don't know what the name is. So I'm putting this as formerly known as Powerhouse Hobbs as I'm saying my least confident pick because I don't know if they're going to debut him in the Rumble. Just kind of runs the risk of showing up and people like, huh? But I don't know. The wrestling community folks are kind of familiar with what's going on in other other organizations and stuff. So I could see him getting a bit of a pop. So I'm going to put Powerhouse Hobbs as a surprise entrant into the Royal Rumble match.
Power Condo Hobbs, perhaps, will be his name.
That could be.
Or Powerhouse Hubs.
The question is he the HOA president or not? Is that how much of a powerhouse he is? Because I am the HOA president. So
that's not really something you want to brag about. I've heard a lot of people upset.
Should I grab the belt to signify my?
Go right ahead. Your participation trophy is right there waiting for you.
Not a participation trophy. It is a symbol of excellence, my friend. Excellence.
You sound more and more like the father from A Christmas Story. It's a major award.
That's right.
Except it's not even as functional as a leg lamp. And he at least had to fill out. And he at least
it's shiny when you put a light on it.
At least he had to do a puzzle and mail it in. Like all you did was literally like click.
I try not to take offense to that. I worked very hard to earn the money that bought that. You know what I mean? Like you're denigrating the work that I do, sir.
You mean you worked very hard to hide that money from your wife in the monthly budget?
Not at all. She was very supportive.
Siphoning it off into a slush fund.
She was very supportive. This was a transparent transaction. 100%. 100%.
Where she was questioning every decision she made in her life up to this point. But it was transparent.
What have I married? All right. Anyways.
And just to be clear, my wife does that on a daily basis. So I'm only besmirching you with a little bit.
I'm in good company. Okay. What is your least confident surprise that you think will appear?
Gosh. Who fracking knows? Is Obafemi on the main roster yet?
He is. They're doing vignettes of him making. He is going to be making his way to the main roster, but he has not yet debuted. So
put him at +5 for me.
+5 for Obafemi.
Lead pipe cinch. That dude looks like a star. People gave him the star entrance when he showed up.
Dude, he's going to take forever to get to the ring though, doing that strut that he does. It's going to be like what I see
that
happening
works to his advantage.
I know, but him doing that strut all the way down to the ring, and then like the next person behind him, and it's like Penta, and he goes running to the ring. That would be phenomenal. He's still trucking along.
What would be best is you have Oba doing that, and then Penta's just doing his right behind him. And then Roman Reigns is the next person. It's like a 3-person pileup. It's like a freaking traffic jam.
I totally forgot about Prince.
All you need then is the Undertaker to come out of retirement and he'd be behind Roman Reigns. It's the perfect storm. The Royal Rumble has ground to a halt.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a log jam in the aisle. Oh my God.
We need some Drano. We've got a clog.
That's amazing. I totally didn't even think of that.
Leading the way. Got Roman Reigns behind him, just the dead man.
Oh, that was good. Oh my God, that was so good.
Put that in for a side bet.
You want me to put it in the side?
That exact sequence. If only for some schmuck at WWE headquarters to this gets flagged somehow in the algorithm, and they're like, "Son of a bitch, God. I like it."
Oh, sorry, I got to text a friend.
Let's see who else.
All right, so that was your pick. So my number 2, my +2, the Architect, Seth freaking Rollins.
Is he cleared yet? Really?
That's why I went low with him, because I don't know. I don't know. So Hobbs is, like I said, Hobbs I put super low because I can't tell if they want to debut him outside of the Rumble to build up, relevancy and recognition of him, for fear that if he shows up, no one recognizes who he is. Rollins, who knows with his injury thing? I mean, we just saw Unreal and what they did there. Now, I think his shoulder injury was legit, but if he's progressing through rehab, he could make a comeback. And there is a storyline of him maybe going after Punk, also going after Breakker because of what Breakker did to him. So I went with Seth Rollins as my +2. You, sir, do not have a least confident. I guess we're going in opposite directions, but oh my God, that was hysterical.
Give me a Seth Rollins at +1. I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I kind of hope it doesn't happen, because I feel like it would almost be better if he waited until after Mania. You know what I mean? Let Braun win the championship.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'll tell you what, for number 4, for +4, give me Chad Gable.
I had him on my list. Yes, 100%. And I've seen rumors that he's ready to come back. They're just finding the right.
Somebody posted a photo of him of his recent training.
Yeah.
Holy hell.
Yeah. Actually, that's very apt, because my +3 is Chad Gable.
Oh,
I think he's going to come back. Now, what is he going to come back? I think at this stage, so Cage Side Seats had a blurb that mentioned that when he comes back, though, I don't think he's going to go back to the whole is he not El Grande Americano. I think that has now moved on to the man formerly known as Ludwig Kaiser. He's kind of owning that now and running that, or running with that. I mean, Gable could come back as a heel, but he also could come back as a babyface. I don't know. So that's my +3.
I think what should happen is he should come back as El Grande Americano when El Grande Americano's already in the ring.
Yeah.
They have the face-off, and then the next entrant in is R-Truth dressed as El Grande Americano. They all get in the ring and they do the Spider-Man pointing at each other. Dude, I'm writing this for WWE right
I know. Now. You've got a lot of really good ideas, my friend. A lot of really good ideas.
Hey, at least I have more ideas than Road Dogg.
Oh boy, yeah, we'll have to talk about that. All right, so
no.
Let's see. I have my +4, my +5, my most confident, and my next most confident open. You have your +3 and +2. So why don't you go with your +2, and then I will go. So you got Obafemi as your most confident, Chad Gable as your next most confident. What's your kind of middle of the road pick?
I'm trying to think of some sort of legend that would get a pop that the Saudis would be willing to dump some money on to, to pop the fans or something.
It's always the Hardys.
That would be interesting.
And they are in TNA, and TNA has a relationship with WWE. So,
yeah, but it seems like a weird thing to have them come out separately in this. You know what I mean? Like if it was a different show,
then just pick one. I mean, honestly, if it were me, out of the two, I'd pick Jeff. I think Jeff's got more juice than Matt.
It feels like I thought I had another one in my head, and now it's gone. It's probably the trail mix I'm eating. It's probably laced with arsenic or something. I don't know where that came from. Let's go with... Weren't there some rumors about Stone Cold doing this thing? I'm like, he didn't even want to go to like Las Vegas. He didn't even want to go to Philadelphia. There's no way he's flying to Riyadh.
There's been rumors about him being, making an appearance at WrestleMania, but not in like an active capacity.
Yeah. Gosh, I got nothing. Can you do one more and just give me another minute?
All right, so my number 4 is going to be the Beast, Brock Lesnar.
Actually, yeah, because he's been in advertisements for this thing, hasn't he?
Has not declared, but most likely will be an entrant of some kind. So that's why I had him at my next most confident. If you want to crib that one, I will not be offended.
I'm going to go with Charles Wright.
What?
The Godfather. Because the
as your plus 3 or plus 2?
That's going to go over real well in Riyadh, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, that's... Oh, my God. You're just on a roll tonight. My God, you just got it all figured out. The logjam in the aisle, the ladies of ill repute coming down the aisle in Saudi Arabia. What else you got? Jeez,
you don't want to know. Yeah, give me Lesnar at plus 3.
All right, Lesnar at plus 3. I feel like I should get like a little bit of a vig on this one.
Finder's fee on that one?
Yeah, no kidding. All right, and then my most confident surprise. Are you ready, sir?
I am. My loins are girded.
Chris Jericho. Yeah. I think this is the triumphant return of Chris Jericho to WWE at the Royal Rumble. What, sir, are you putting in your plus 2 slot?
That's a very personal question. I feel...
My God, what is in that trail mix? Good Lord. It's like you've been reborn since you've been eating that stuff.
Now, wait a minute. With those blue M&Ms, or is that a blue pill?
Oh, my God.
You know what? I want to put Chris Jericho in there. I'll tell you what.
I'll give you a freebie and throw one other name out to you and tell me what you think.
Okay.
Kevin Owens.
No, I've heard
think?
because I looked him up when I was on the off, like last week when I started to think about this. I did look him up, and apparently he's
no.
I don't think he's anywhere close. I'll tell you what. Give me Jericho, but yeah, put him in the number 2. Why not?
All right, so your surprises from most to least confident are Obafemi in the plus 5, Chad Gable at plus 4, Brock Lesnar at plus 3, Chris Jericho at plus 2, Seth Rollins at plus 1. I am Chris Jericho at plus 5, Lesnar at plus 4, Gable at plus 3, Rollins at plus 2, and holding things down at number 1 with a bullet, plus 1. Formerly, whoever this guy is, formerly known as Powerhouse Hobbs, because I don't think he's coming in as Powerhouse Hobbs. All right, so we got our surprises. Now, winners, chicken dinners. Who do we got? Who are you thinking? I have a couple of interesting scenarios going on here. So What say
Let's
you?
see.
I'm going to start at +1, but you can start wherever you want. I'll have you start.
At +1.
Yes. Least confident winner.
At +1, give me a Seth Rollins.
Okay.
Again, I don't think it's going to happen, but it's the chances are never zero, you know?
My +1 is going to be Gunther because he has said he is going to be in the Rumble, irregardless of the match he's having with Styles, but I do not think he's going to win.
No.
So, but I'm going to throw him in there as a +1. And again, with winners, only one can be right, of course. So,
yeah, it just depends on how many points you get, right?
Exactly. And and by the way, you don't lose points for the ones that are wrong, just to be clear. Like, this is strictly you get points if your selection happens. So, all right. I'll go next. My +2 is going to be, oh shoot. Actually, can you go? I need to change mine.
Put me in at +4 for Braun Breaker.
All right, so you said +4 for Braun Breaker. Okay.
I can't quite decide what would be the better path for him. Would be winning the Rumble, or putting him in the Elimination Chamber and just letting him throw people around off those walls. I can't quite decide what is a better feature and what the order is, but I think he's going to win one of those two.
Mm-hmm. All right. I had to change my number 2 because what was my number 2 before? Oh yeah,
I don't know.
I had to change it because of you'll find out soon enough. My +3. So I'm gonna go. Actually, think about this. Yeah, I'm gonna go Seth Rollins at number 2.
Seth Rollins, baby. Can sit on the marquee.
Give me main event in one day, baby.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'll go next. So this is the reason why I had to change. At one point I had Jacob Fatu as my +2, but here is, and again, I'm basing this on some rumors that I'm reading online.
The rumors. I don't love me some rumors, but I do love Fatu.
So there is rumors, and this is what's going to potentially it'll mess with our arrangements of Sami Zayn having his WrestleMania World Championship moment.
Mm-hmm.
Is I have seen some there's been some noise online that we could be looking at a McIntyre, Fatu, Rhodes triple threat at WrestleMania for the Undisputed Championship. One thought I had was they may break out the old Lex Luger, Bret Hart, both go over the top rope and land at the same time maneuver, where they both end up technically as the winner of the Royal Rumble. They can't tell who actually fell first. And I could completely see that happening with the two of them because of the wild nature of their feud. That they end up being the last ones, and then they go at it, and out of a sense of just rage, fury, whatever you want to call it, all gas, no brakes, Fatu takes Cody over, and the two of them land at the same time on the outside. I could see an outcome like that, in which case then they both have a claim to challenging McIntyre, and then that leaves Elimination Chamber to potentially be the path for Breaker to get to Punk. So that's my thought. But that's why I'm also putting it a +3, because it doesn't feel quite like it could be the thing, but it seems like an interesting thing to entertain. And it just feels like the concoction of those two would be right for that sort of thing to happen. So that's why I'm not going to go with Cody or Jacob as winning, but I'm actually going to go with the two of them with an over-the-top rope. Both of them are double eliminating each other into a tie. A la Lex Luger and Bret Hart. Or Dave Bautista and who did he go over with? Was
Cena,
it Edge?
but that was an accident.
Or Cena. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, I was listening to the Cornette podcast, and they were talking about Rumble moments. And
was that when Vince blew his quads out coming down or something like? Oh my God!
Which Cornette was howling with that? He's like, "That's my favorite Rumble moment right there."
Why am I not surprised that Uncle Corny loves that? Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, serves you right, Vince.
Pretty much.
Oh my God.
The problem is, I just don't want to see Cody win again. Like it's just he's been so prominent in the Rumble the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of done with that.
Yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair.
No one in the group of surprises that I think is going to win it. Who the hell else do I think is going to win it besides Braun Breaker? Why do I have him at number 4?
Yeah, the other rumor is Gunther. Like I mentioned, Gunther and Lesnar would face off at WrestleMania. So that's why I don't think either one of them are going to win.
Yeah.
The clock be a ticking.
Let's go at number 2 or plus 2. And I hate to say it, but it would figure Logan Paul.
Ooh. Good one. That's a good one. All right. My plus 4 is actually similar to yours. I'm going to go with Braun Breaker. I feel confident he will be a winner, but not as confident as my number 1 pick.
I had a thought about that, and I've completely now lost that thought.
Actually, can I keep my finger on the chess piece for a moment?
Yep.
I'm actually going to move Braun up to number 5. I'm going to go with Braun at 5. And then I'll fill in my 4 once you do your next one.
I'm usually fairly good at just picking off shooting from the hip here, but I'm at a loss right now.
So your champions are Drew and Punk. So who are the potential opponents for either one of those? Because that would drive then who would win, right?
Mm-hmm.
So knowing your fandom and how you feel about this person, I know you're going to figure that Jey Uso is going to win. So
put Jey Uso at number 3.
Oh, oh, he went for it.
No, actually, no, because I think they've the shine is off Jey Uso.
Yeah,
at this point,
there is not Sabu, but who also puts the finger up, the tribal chief. He has declared for the Royal Rumble. He's going to be in it.
Yeah,
And to your point, maybe if Sammy wins at the Rumble, right? Wins the championship at the Rumble, and Reigns wins the Rumble, you got Sammy versus Roman.
Yeah, I just don't see it.
No.
I really don't. I don't see where there's any...
But you picked Sammy as the winner, so I figured
know.
you would go with that storyline.
I'm starting to hate myself for it, Tim. Thank you. I appreciate you bringing that up.
Well, I figure I should at least,
You want to talk
remind you of the error of your ways.
You want to talk about my proctology exam as well while we're here? I mean, anything else you'd like to bring up?
I am a 2-time fantasy football champion. I'm actually more than 2 times.
You know what? Actually, more I think about it, I have to go find my paperwork. I think the polyp that I extracted kind of looked like you.
Oh, did it?
Yes, and you were making that face too.
All right, what do you got here, sir? Come on.
I've got nothing, dude. I'm actually blanking on this right now.
All right, so
you know what? I'll go with give me Jacob Fatu. Just Jacob.
At number 3?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. And so my number 4 is going to be, even though he will fight in the championship match and lose, I think Sami Zayn will enter himself into the Rumble and win the Rumble to once again face Drew McIntyre. That is going to be my guess. Actually, finger still on the chess piece. Here's what I'm going with. I'm going to say Cody and Jacob as a tie at number 4. And then I'm going to go Sami Zayn at number 3. That's what I'm going to do. What's your number 5? Your most confident pick.
Bump Braun up to 5.
Okay.
And give me Cody at 4.
All right.
I hate myself for it.
As you should. All right. What about bets? Any side bets on the men's Rumble?
I barely knew enough to fill out 10 names. Let's not get involved in side bets here, sir.
Well, I am actually going to do a side bet that I think the men's Rumble will be the genesis of the Gunther Lesnar feud heading into WrestleMania. That we're going to see the two hosses go at it, and it's going to, whatever action takes place, is going to ignite a feud of sorts for them for WrestleMania.
So we're going to put this in a lockbox until April?
No, because I think it'll be.
Then you got.
I think it'll be obvious if it happens. Like.
You got to have some more exact language there if I have to have exact language from my side bet, because that's literally something that we will not know until like March.
I think we'll know when we see it. Okay, I'll say it this way. If there is a hyper focus on the two of them brawling, or let's say they eliminate each other or something like that, then you know that it's starting the feud. So would it help if I say Gunther and Lesnar eliminate each other and brawl afterwards, leading to their feud, or starting their feud? How's that?
I guess that'll work.
That feel better?
It does. I can't stop at the trail mix now that I've started. This is bad.
I know. I'm watching you. You're going to slowly just eliminate it all.
Not good.
All right. AJ Lee eliminates Becky. Rhea and Io have some tension due to actions in the Rumble. CM Punk is on commentary. Gunther and Lesnar eliminate each other and brawl afterwards, starting their feud. And then what was the other one I had? The other alternative too. So if Cody and Jacob don't win by tie, then I'm going to say that the two of them eliminate each other at the Rumble due to out of control fighting. Yep. So I'm going with 5 side bets here, ladies and gentlemen.
I could see that one.
All right. We are locked and loaded. Do you have any other side bets, sir? Otherwise, fingers off the chess pieces. The board is set. Saturday.
I could still do the mutually assured destruction here and just copy all of yours.
I would like to think you wouldn't do that.
I do like that Cody and Jacob one, though. It's awfully nice.
Do I need to put a rule in that says you shall not copy the bet of another person? Because
it's an awfully nice side bet you got there. It'd be a shame if something happened to it.
Don't mess with my arrangements.
No, I'm good.
Lord. All right. Well, that is our Royal Rumble preview. We will see what happens. Will Uncle Todd and his last-minute decisions come back to haunt him, or
it more than likely will. Let's just be honest.
Will he be deemed a genius, a wrestling genius, over the man they call Tim and his multiple belts and side plates?
Nope, it is definitely the former and not the latter.
All right, Era. Sir, do you want to lead us into our final segment of the evening?
Yes, and what do you have for, and another thing, a recommendation for our viewers?
Funny you should ask.
Thank you.
I have...
It's prescient on that one.
Yes, sir. WWE Unreal was a well-received, I think, well-received documentary on Netflix. Well, we have season 2 because, one season isn't enough of seeing all the behind the scenes and backstage shenanigans that happen at WWE. And I happen to have, honestly didn't know it was coming out. I don't even know when it came out. I just know this past week it was on Netflix.
Beginning of January, wasn't it?
Was it at the start of? Yeah, I had no idea. So I started to see like YouTube clips from it. Folks were posting like clips, or there were. I was noticing early last week, like even Cage Side Seats was starting to post articles about, hey, this happened or this happened, and we got a view into this. So that's what made me think it came out like recently.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, so I just happened to Netflix, saw that it was there, started watching it, and once again couldn't get enough of it. It was really well done. A lot of focus on Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch, which was great. Great to see Lyra Valkyria. And then Lyra Valkyria.
Valkyria.
Lyra Valkyria. What else? Sorry, excuse me while I pour myself a drink.
I'm surprised, Gunther. Yes, that guy.
What, Gunther?
Seth Rollins.
What? It's
Seth
on the marquee,
Rollins.
baby. It's on the marquee, baby.
Seth Rollins.
Oh. I got to send you the Key and Peele sketch when from like the school where
the
where
college
the
introductions.
The substitute teacher is reading the role and gets mildly aggravated with everyone when they correct him on the names, which is great. Aaron, Aaron, that's a detention. You know what I mean? Like, it was that sort of thing. I love it. Anyways, Unreal Season 2, very well done. Documented the shenanigans of one Seth Rollins faking his injury, and absolutely love, so again, who knows how much of it is scripted and thought about ahead of time or whatever, but just love seeing Becky Lynch, it's like he's doing this thing and I'm the one left holding the bag, having to answer the texts and the phone calls and so forth. It was just like she's like, I didn't plan on having to lie to family. It's just oh, it's great to see.
I've always really liked Becky Lynch, kind of her character and the bluster and all that. I mean, some of it gets a little over the top, and I like to dig on her, on her working punches and all that. But out of like all of the kind of behind the scenes, it's sort of like the thing that Kim and I, that my wife and I do when we're talking about, like, when we're on our like 18th rewatch of Ted Lasso, and I'll be like, you know what, I would really want to be friends with Keely. Like she'd be a really good friend to have, because she is all in and just like such a booster and all this and all that stuff. Like, I see like Becky Lynch and I'm like, that's someone I could hang out with. Like, I appreciate how kind of, just her personality and her demeanor. And I'm like, and I love how that kind of comes through on Unreal.
Yeah.
I really appreciated that.
Definitely. And it was really cool to see how, like, you see how far back, like when she was or not during her prime, but she is a superstar at this point, like 2018, when she meets Lyra Valkyria in Ireland, and how like starstruck Lyra is with her, and just that whole like relationship and everything, and to see her now kind of come into her own and be a part of WWE, and then get to have that feud with Becky. It just stinks the way it was kind of done, though, and like they get into a little bit of how things don't quite work out as planned, with their match at SummerSlam. Right, I think it was SummerSlam.
Yeah, I haven't gotten that far. I only got like the beginning of the first half of that first episode.
The thing that, and I know I want to get your thoughts on this when you watch it, and because you had texted me and we were like, hey, I heard creative is kind of clueless. That is true to a degree. Like, I feel like their creative process, like they are thinking ahead. They are trying. It's kind of like how Heyman described it, not in the show, but he was in another interview, and I'm forgetting who he was with. If it was with Chris Van Vliet or someone else. Oh, maybe it was with Stephanie.
Yeah.
Where he talks about, like, we need to, like you need to think 3 years out. Where do you want to be? And then work backward from there. You can tell they have that level of planning. Like, creative isn't clueless in that sense. It's just when they talk about R-Truth and when they talk about Chelsea Green, they can be clueless in the sense of the talent they have, which is different from being completely clueless in terms of the direction of the product and where you're taking it. Like, they have a vision. They have a process and a path they want to go down. I think sometimes their perspective on certain talent is way off. Like, to listen to Bruce Pritchard basically say Chelsea Green is never going to be at the level of Charlotte, blah, blah, blah. If I was Chelsea Green, I'd be kind of pissed with Bruce Pritchard. Like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, she has taken nothing and turned it into something. And if given the right platform and the right feud and the right story, probably could be at their level, but because he and others kind of view her as only, capable of fighting these characters. Of course she's put in a box. It's like, why not have her challenge some different women and try to explore some different things? So on that front, it is exposed. Road Dogg, I I don't know. I give people the benefit of the doubt. I mean, Road Dogg, when it comes to like R-Truth, he and R-Truth have a past, and not a past. They are lifelong friends, and Triple H says this. He's like, sometimes Road Dogg just, his emotions blind him to business and what needs to be done. And I think some of what we see, I feel bad for him because I feel like he's kind of made out to be the patsy of, here's what a clueless, creative person looks like. And he was just struggling with, the story that Truth was getting inserted into with Cena and trying to figure out a way to make that work when they were really just kind of doing a hot shot angle with Truth, and he was kind of given lemons. And yes, he's in the role of a creative type, but when you have limited options of what you can do, I mean, I don't fault him for that. He was kind of in an impossible situation with what they were booking Truth in with Cena. Now, I think what they should have done with Cena, which I know would have complicated the whole never seen 17 crap, because now you have to say 18, is what I've always said. Let Truth beat Cena, create a great moment that fans pop for and get excited about, have Truth be a world champion for a week, and then have him re-drop the title back to Cena in some other event, whether it be a Raw or SmackDown or something like that. Like, then you have something interesting to do with those characters, something that made sense in the context of the storyline. You have the heel Cena, enraged with, Truth for ruining what he was doing and getting back at him. Like, to me, that's where I feel like sometimes they have a lack of vision on that sort of stuff. And so they kind of show some of that behind the scenes stuff. There was some interesting stuff with Money in the Bank that they show. I read some articles that were like, oh, LA Knight gets read the riot act by Triple H. He doesn't. Triple H is just explaining to him. They had set up a sequence in the match that didn't take place that was meant to try to put some heat on Knight, with him, almost getting the briefcase, but not quite. It didn't play out that way. And H was just kind of explaining that to him after the match. And you just see LA Knight sitting there, and the look on Knight's face isn't that Triple H is talking, like lambasting him. It's, I think, the realization of, oh shoot, yeah, we missed that opportunity. And that's all he was saying to him, is like, that's what we were trying to do, was put some heat on you, and we just missed leveling you up that way. But giving him the notes to know in the future, like, think that way next time when you're in that situation, or if we put you in that situation. So I don't know. There's some stuff that came out about the show that I just felt was like overblown and was not what was depicted in the show at all. I'm curious to get your sense of things once you see it. But all in all, the season was great. I thought it was a really great,
you've watched the whole second season already?
Oh, dude, I watched it in a couple of days. It was like, I'm in the middle of doing like performance reviews, so I'm like spending time writing them, and then I take like a break from it, and I just kind of watch like 20 minutes of it, and then I go back and focus on it again. It's kind of like the thing I was doing in between work.
Makes sense.
And it was great. It was just really well done. They ended at SummerSlam. They're definitely doing a season 3 that I think is from SummerSlam to the end of Cena's retirement tour. So that, I think he's going to be the focus probably. So yeah, just kind of curious to get your thoughts once you see it all. But I thought it was really well done. It was good. There was a moment where you had Heyman in there talking about. It was kind of the episode that talked about like the performance art aspect of things, the Rollins fake injury. He talks about Sandman and what Sandman did in ECW, and he was supposedly blind but wasn't, and all of that. And so it's just classic Heyman, just good stuff. But yeah,
actually, yeah, that makes total sense now that I think about that.
Yeah,
I didn't think of that parallel before. Oh man, should have
so
seen it coming.
Would highly recommend WWE Unreal Season 2 on Netflix. What about you, sir?
I just came across these dudes today. I'm going to recommend a band called The Bad Actors. These are two dudes from Sheffield, England. They wear orange and play funk rock. I think at one point, the post I saw today was like someone said we ought to be called the Orange Stripes, because they wear orange suits. It's a 2-piece band, guitar and drums, and it's really interesting. Like, it's not complete lo-fi garage rock like White Stripes or even like the Black Keys. They don't quite go into like as many layers as someone like 21 Pilots, like some of the other 2-people bands can kind of have like these distinctive directions. Like it feels pretty straight ahead with these guys. And it's really good. Like I was listening to it. I'm like, okay, this is an instant add to my library. They have a new EP out now called Act Your Age. It's got 4 songs on it. My favorites are the second and the 4th song. I can't remember the names, and I'm lazy, so I'm not going to look them up right this second. At least on Apple Music, they also have a bunch of previous singles before that that you can go through. There was one called Roswell that was really good. But yeah, just kind of a fun, kind of little kick-ass band that I'm like, yeah, I can definitely see myself listening to a lot more of this, and also to kind of tag along with last week's show. Like, here is some new music, folks. Yeah. It is out there. You just got to pay attention. No matter what kind of genre you dig on, like maybe you like rock, maybe you like funk, maybe you like this, you like that. You know, the stuff is out there. You just gotta open your eyes to it. So go check out The Bad Actors when you have a moment.
Nice. Can I throw a quick one in before you wrap the show up?
Sure.
Which I think you'd find interesting.
Okay.
They WWE announced the next entry into their 2K video game series.
Okay.
2K26, the Monday Night War edition. Okay. It all based in the Attitude Era. So, anyways, just I thought that was pretty cool. The cover looks really cool. It's all the stars from the 80s, both from WWE and WCW, and so just looks really interesting.
Wow.
The pre-orders start on January 30th, and there is no start date yet on when it's going to be released, but I mean that looks very interesting. I had 2K22 for a couple of years, and then I ran out of space on my gaming laptop and had to make room for the games I am playing more, and so I ended up just kind of deleting it off my computer. But man, this I'm like, oh, that sounds good.
Yeah, I wonder how that works in terms of like the the likeness rights and stuff like that. Did all those cats like from WCW sign those away for WCW purposes, and now WWE has inherited them? Or was there a process of like having to go around to make sure that like everybody's still okay to do a new game and all that, I wonder about the logistics of that. But either way, that sounds like fun.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, folks, that is our shoe for this Friday, Free Range Idiocy Friday. Thank you all for listening. We do so appreciate it. You can go to freerangeidiocy.com, find all of our episodes there, and subscribe to the Podbean app. You can also find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora, Amazon, and many, 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 many others. Go ahead and search it for Free Range Idiocy wherever you are getting your podcasts. You'll probably find us there. All of our episodes are available in full glorious HD color on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@freerangeidiocy. We also have full video episodes on Spotify if you want to find them there. But I'd recommend YouTube because Spotify don't pay us nothing. So then again, YouTube doesn't pay us anything either. Crap, we're missing the boat on this. You can also find us on the social medias. We're on Facebook and Instagram @Free Range Idiocy as well. If you have questions, thoughts, concerns, or you want to volunteer an idea for the show, send that to tim@freerangeidiocy.com. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to turn this over to the least idiotic member of the show, which isn't saying a whole hell of a lot, but it does say a whole lot. Anyways, I'm going to hand this over to the man they call Tim, but not before I ask him the second most important question. The first, of course, being, what is hip? The second being, what the hell did we learn this episode, besides the fact that I can no longer talk?
We've learned the following.
Good.
We've learned that the man they call Tim is the architect behind our phenomenal scoring system of these wrestling events and the Real and Jabroni. And I look forward to seeing what we end up finding out in the Royal Rumble this upcoming week. We've also learned that Uncle Todd is a booking genius, and the logjam aisle situation that he just walked us through is just of the highest order. Seriously, Obafemi, Penta I don't think will be competing because he still has a shoulder thing, but I don't know. Rey Mysterio, Rey Fenix, anyone who's fast that can run down there, get Undertaker in there, get Roman Reigns. You got like 3 guys strutting their way to the ring, taking their sweet time. Uncle Todd, genius, just absolute genius.
It would be great if it was Rey, because just Rey behind all 3 of them.
I know. Oh, yeah. They end up blocking him. There's Oba doing his strut. And Ray's like, can you give a brother a lane here? You know what I mean? like make some room. Do the strut over to the left or something like that. But nonetheless, we have learned that Uncle Todd does not do. I guess we didn't talk about this show, but we talk in the Week in Geek. But we have learned Uncle Todd does not do the 11 p.m. snowblowing as some neighbors are ought to do sometimes. Regardless of how much snow is out there right now, he is going to wait until a viable time tomorrow morning and then turn his machine loose on the snowflakes that have fallen in the greater Maine. Mm-hmm. We have also learned that both of us here don't want to see AJ Styles go, but he's probably going to retire at Royal Rumble, unfortunately. But we are split on the results of the undisputed WWE Championship match. If you will, we are disputed on the results of the undisputed WWE Championship match. I'm taking Drew on this one. He's going for Sammy. It'll be interesting to see which way that one goes. And we will also see how this new scoring scheme works in favor of either Uncle Todd or me. All that being said,
more than likely not me.
Oh, come on. We've also learned that Uncle Todd loves it when the man they call Tim brings out the championship belts to display them.
You're messing with my Zen thing, man.
I know. I'm going to leave it alone and just move on. With all that being said, we thank you for the listenership as always, and as we like to close things out here on the range, be safe, be healthy, be kind, be good to one another. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. The range is closed. See ya!
I like a Mussolini!
It's like I picked the wrong week to quit drinking.
I beg your pardon, what did you say?
Damn!
You're such a disappointing pair. I prayed so hard for you. Get out. And don't come back until you've redeemed yourselves.
So say we all. So say we all.
Bingo.
Ringo.
In the front row. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Love that. That's the other thing we've also learned is the Kevin Flynn and LA Knight evolution of the yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
There it is.
Now get the hell out of here!